What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Marie Fredriksson, and we're continuing through Efter Stormen, 1987. And my understanding is this next track translates to Even Wolves Must Choose, which I enjoy, though with a stipulation. That is to say, and of course my language limitation will prevent me from hearing, at least on this first listen, any insight, but my long history of being interested in wolf ecology and behavior and their mammalian behaviors specifically leads me to be wary of references to wolves in cultural archetypes, in narrative fiction, in artistic works in which they are portrayed as, violent predators that are especially dangerous and in some cases, to be eradicated. But even though it seems a title that is playing off of that, it's actually running in the other direction. Because if I'm reading the meaning correctly, and of course if the translation is correct, it's suggesting that even those who are predatory, even those who can be violent, even those who are dangerous in some contexts, have their own vulnerabilities, their own liabilities, their own worries and concerns, their own vulnerability to danger. So it would actually be sort of flipping that cultural archetype on its head, which I do enjoy. So again, I won't be able to discern any lyrics here on a first listen, but I look forward to any insights that can be provided. Let's give it a listen. This is Marie Fredriksson from her 1987 Efter Stormen album, and the track, as far as I understand, translates to Even Wolves Must Choose.
Allt som jag drömde om sköljdes bort ut ur mitt liv. Vinden som smekte mitt hår en gång vände om, blåste mot någon. Även vargar som du måste välja någon gång, en gång. Hösten kom, jag hann aldrig vända om. Så det går ut ur mitt liv. Sommarens sång som brände din hud en gång vände om och blåste långt bort. Även varje sång du måste välja någon gång,
Wow, so definitely a shorter piece, like 3 minutes? In fact, less than that, under 3 minutes. So I suppose that would be a criticism, which is not really a complaint, but I feel like I could have gone for two or three more minutes of that. And yeah, it made me feel like I was outside in nature under the natural sky. And in fact, those percussive hits really did sound like thunderclap, or they gave me a sense that I was under clouded skies and there might be rain and thunder coming soon. So yes, it really did have a bit of that. I'm going to say Enya type track. I don't really know Enya's work that well, though I did just start an Enya deep dive on the channel. But my sense of her music is that it's very world music meets ambient down tempo, like folk stylings with a bit of electronic sound along the way. So that's kind of what I heard here. And in fact, there was a strummed or like plucked guitar line, I think, at the front of the track, but there was this melodic element in the background. And I was trying to figure out, like, is it a flute-like synth sound? Is it actually like a long stroke electronic guitar chord? Is it a melodic element that's, not even supposed to sound like a flute or a woodwind? It's just kind of an electronic melodic stroke. So yeah, I couldn't figure out what that was, but it was really my favorite aspect of the tune, and you could hear it like right as the tune was fading. So yeah, I feel like Marie's vocals were very fitting to this sonic atmosphere and this sort of natural world environment, which I do wonder again in relation to the lyrics. And I wonder, of course, or my presumption would be that even if we are making reference to wolves and, vulnerabilities of those who can predate or prey on others, I would expect it to be an analog for like humans making choices in an emotional world. But it felt like her vocals were not, big and belting like a synth rock song from Roxette, but also not like sad and melancholy like I've heard some of her vocals in Roxette ballads or even some of her other solo material. It really did seem a bit ethereal, especially there was a part near the end where it seemed to like put an effect on, or like this echo on her vocals. They got a bit more like breathy and again like spacious. And that moment in particular, it felt very natural in this like ambient world music type of environment. So they seem to fit the sonic atmosphere of the tune quite well. And yes, of course, I look forward to hearing what people have to say about the lyrics. Do let me know. And Luca, the lovely sleeping cat, and I will see you next time. Peace.